Hey, what's up, KO Kenny? This is the full breakdown analysis of your current funnel and what you should do to improve. Anybody else tuning in to watch this video, there's a bunch of value in sauce, and stick to the end because I'm gonna drop some serious bangers on you guys. But let's get right into it, Kenny, and here's what you should do to improve. So we're gonna get right into the pros of what you're doing. All right. So number one, right off the bat, you have a bomb ass website. Like, it's a really good looking website, so it builds trust immediately and you look legit. So I gotta put that out there. Congrats, whoever built you that website is awesome. Second, you have an awesome following. All right, you have 21,000 followers. If you put that into perspective, if you just get 1% of those people, aka 200 people, to buy, let's say, $100 program from you, that's 20K from one single launch. So there's numbers to be made here if you do it all correctly. Second, you're both on YouTube and Instagram, which is great. You're a personal trainer. Those are the best platforms to be on. Preferably try to build your YouTube base too, because that's where you get more loyal customers. And then I think this is 4, you have digital products, right? You have a knockout meal plan, a rapid leg plan, even how to get a 6-pack plan for very cheap prices. I'm going to tell you why having this is a massive benefit and what you can do to get, of course, more people into your membership. And then finally, you have good quality videos, right? I go to your Instagram, you're getting a bunch of views, so you're actually getting, a bunch of people to look at your stuff, and it's good quality too. So it's not like someone's gonna scroll away from it. But there's always things to improve on, and here are the cons that caught my eye within 20 minutes of just going through what you're doing. So one is that you don't have a clear funnel, right? It's a little bit, how can you say, all over the place, right? And that's harder to create a smoother process from stranger to follower to customer. Like if you were to see here on your Instagram, you have a link tree, and I know that a bunch of popular people like Jeff Nippard, they probably also have link trees, but they have a bigger base of people. So on this link tree is that, look, it has your Instagram, your TikTok, your book training, your digital products, maybe even your website. And that's just so much for your customer to take in at once. You just want them a very smooth, single process to get them from stranger to customer. So you don't want like 20 different links bombarded at them. You're just gonna overwhelm them. All right, back to the board. 2, you don't have an ICP, which in layman terms means your specific customer. Who exactly are you targeting, right? So right now your bio is ready to transform your body in 90 days. All right, that's very, very generic. I can name probably 20 other people on Instagram saying the same thing, right? So it's very, very broad, but if you make it more specific, you can really capture those people's attention. You also, looking through all your videos, you have 0 lead magnets. And a lead magnet is just something free that you give your viewers in exchange for their email. And once you get their email, you can start sending them like messages, or actually emails. You send them a bunch of emails to build trust with them, build a connection with your customer, so then you can slowly but surely sell to them. So having a lead magnet is very valuable because 1, it can show that you know what you're talking about, and 2, it builds trust. And hey, who doesn't want free stuff, right? And because you don't have a lead magnet, I can suppose you don't have an email list. And if you don't have an email list, it's just really hard to, contact and get in contact with your customer. Finally, your videos on Instagram are not fully educational at all, right? Most of them are like, hey, come with me, let's do a back day, or hey, here's some motivational quotes. But it's not like, hey, this is how you do a Pike's push-up, or hey, this is how you do a perfect pull-up, or hey, how do you do X, Y, and Z? So you want to be very specific in what you teach your audience, so you can, of course, build an audience, right? In order to build an audience, you want to give them a lot of value, right? Then finally, I see that you have bad thumbnails on YouTube. So your thumbnails look very old. They look very cropped. It does not look professional at all. And I can see that your views are very low. And I'm not surprised why. It's because they're very bad quality thumbnails. You have good quality videos, but come on, it's like, would you go into a house if outside it looks like it's broken? It could be a beautiful mansion inside, but in the outside it looks like an absolute trash of a house. It just ruins everything for you. And of course, I've seen that your YouTube videos, like if I were to pull them up right now, they're recorded vertically. They're not like this type of format. You want to make sure it's horizontal. That's how every YouTube video is. It's long form. It's not supposed to be snippets from TikTok pasted into one long video. YouTube is supposed to be long form content, and you give as much value as possible in that. So like, just look at this. This is your best performing video. You got 2,000 views, right? Your thumbnail looks pretty good, right? I see that you're working out. It's good lighting and all. And you have a nice title, like My Leg Day Routine, Simple, Easy, Must Try. So right there, you are inciting curiosity in people coming across your video, which is why it's your best performing video. So I advise you to take inspiration from your best performing content and copy what works. If one specific video does amazingly well, copy the same thing you did and just tailor a different message to it or a different type of content, but the way you recorded it or the way you started the video, keep it exactly the same. All right, finally, this is my proposed strategy, so stick in for this one. All right, Kenny, proposed strategy right here. First of all, you want to define your ICP. All right, for example, let's say overweight males who want to get an athletic build but have no time. All right, that's very specific. All right, there's not a bunch of people like that. Well, there probably are, but it's very, very specific in the general health niche. But better yet, instead of going through all that trouble and coming up with a completely different market, you just find your current clients, like the customers you're working with currently, find the best paying customers or the ones you really enjoy working with, and that's your new ICP. That's exactly who you want to target. You can give them a little interview, get to know them better, and then boom, that's who you want to target from now on. So you're only attracting the best people possible. 2, you want to create an unbelievable but specific offer. For example, helping overweight dads lose 50 pounds in 90 days to help them move faster and get physically stronger. Now keep in mind, this is completely different from this right here. Ready to transform your body in 90 days, fill out the form below. What's different is that I directly address the person. If this was an overweight dad who's 50 pounds overweight and wants to get faster and stronger, you just call them out right here. So although this example is a bit broad, I bet you there's a bunch of overweight dads looking to lose weight. The better you know your customer, the more specific you can get. And 3rd, you want to create a very specific service and deliverables. So following Alex Hormozi's $100 million offer framework, it's very simple how you would do it. This is a completely different video in general if you want me to go in depth about it. But you plan out what their dream outcome is, get better at sport, get more fit, find scholarships and guidance. That's what this guy's customer is looking for. You list out the problems, and then you list out all the excuses they might have. They don't have time to get better, or they don't have the right training equipment, or they don't have the right equipment. They're too lazy to get more fit. They don't know what to eat or how to eat. They don't have time to work out or what exactly to work out, right? So they have a bunch of problems, all right? And then you just list out all their problems and then what you can do to help them. So how to become a better athlete. You can have a coaching call to help set up and schedule them a personalized plan. You can have an article or video going over proper training equipment. You can have a mindset call. Hell, you can have a personalized meal plan, an article on where to shop, a video on the best foods to eat, a traveling system. So whenever someone's traveling, if that's an excuse they have, this is what you can eat. Group events, personalized steps, a goal tracker, maybe even like an automation or a personalized calendar. You're just listing as much value as possible, and you can package it into a nice little offer. This is a whole different video. I'd love to break yours down personally if you would want me to. Finally, well, not finally, there's a bunch, a little bit more. You want to fix your Instagram bio, all right? So, for example, lose 50 pounds in 90 days, built for overweight dads ready to get strong again, all right? And you can DM LFG for your workout plan, and here's the YouTube channel, and here's the coaching plan to book an appointment. So you have a clear ICP, and then you can choose preferably one of the two or one of the three. DM, a YouTube, or your coaching. So what this means is you don't want to have 3 different calls to action, right? Your customers will be like, what? Should I go to his YouTube video? Should I book an appointment? Should I DM him? Make sure it's something very simple, like just go straight to my YouTube channel, and from there you can build trust, and then they can book from your YouTube channel. Or hey, just DM him, and through the DMs you can recommend your YouTube channel, or you can send them an appointment, or you can just have them go straight to your booking appointment, and if they're still a little bit hesitant, you have a link to book to your YouTube. Next, you should also post educational videos. So what dads should eat in a day, or how to work out this muscle, etc. By the way, this dad thing is a complete hypothetical. If yours is a different type of audience, target that instead. Very important, again, you want to use Instagram to build the audience, but you want to use YouTube to gain loyal followers and build trust. All right? 100 subscribers on YouTube is way more valuable than 1,000 followers on Instagram. Use lead magnets, or exchange a workout plan in exchange for someone's email. So once you have someone on your email list, you can email them free value and information, so you can gradually build trust, and then you can slowly sell them something called a tripwire. Now, what the hell is a tripwire? Well, right here. Remember this in the beginning? You had a bunch of digital products, right? Like a knockout meal plan, a clean bulk, rapid leg fire, how to get a 6-pack, and a bunch more, right? Well, a tripwire goes around this concept, or the notion that it's easier to sell to an existing customer than to a stranger. So if your goal is to get them to sign up to your membership that costs $500, in order to build trust with them, you can sell them something very valuable, like how to get a 6-pack for $10. So now you have yourself a customer, and it's easier to sell to an existing customer to a stranger, right? I'm more likely to buy an iPad from Apple than to go to a whole different, company like Android, because I already built trust with Apple. So when you have a tripwire, it's just a very easy way in order for you to build trust with your customer. And then you should also promote this in your email list. You should, add it to your landing page after they book an appointment if they want a little bit more sauce. And then finally, your landing page. All right, this is what it should look like. This is an example. You're one step away from learning how to blah, blah, blah. This is your very specific solution that you offer to your customer, and then a video sales letter. So it's just you just straight up convincing the customer on why you should join or what their problem is. You dig into their pain points, their goals, how you can get them to their goals, the benefits, results that you've been getting. It's like you're just trying to sell them on this video, debunk common objections, and yeah. There's a bunch of more things that goes into a landing page. And if you want a video on that, let me know. But that's not all. Now, you still have to know how to organize your email list to properly convert. All right, yes, I have a bunch of emails, but what emails do I send? When do I send those emails? When should I sell what I want to sell? You have those questions. How to analyze your current customer base. So, hey, you have to do market research. You can't just come up with a new product launch, like a new membership plan, and have no idea if your customers even want that, right? You want to be able to, ask or interview your current customers, and there's a way to do that, of course. What do you do after they book an appointment? You, of course, have to send them a bunch of notifications so they don't ghost you on the call, and you have to, of course, follow up with them. And there's a whole different funnel for that too, and it's just a bunch of things you have to do with that. What type of content should you make? How do I automate stuff, right? Like I said, automatic emails, etc. And how do you make better thumbnails so people actually want to click on your video? And a million other things. So let me know. I would be glad to create another video on how I can help you out. And also, a word of advice, bro. Let's get closer so you can see me. I advise you to do a hybrid model of in-person training and online training. you get to reach a variety of people. So instead of being stuck to only people who live in your area, you can get to people across the country who are also people that you want to work with. And you can just offer them, you know, your knowledge and how you can help them out just online. So you can make a bunch more money that way. And bro, let me know if you want another video in depth. You have my number. And anyone watching this video, if you have any questions on if you want me to analyze your funnel and what you should do, just comment down below. All right, Kenny, take care. Let me know what you think.